Hey, fourth grade. All right, I hope you did great on your review yesterday. I hope it was a nice refresher for you, whatever skills you worked on. We're going to get back to our chapter 4 lessons today. We're doing 4.11, which is dividing by one-digit numbers, which is really what we've been doing. But sometimes when we get bigger numbers like hundreds and thousands, this can look a little bit intimidating. But because you remember our silly little thing, which is what was that again? Can you tell me one more time? What? I just want to write it down just in case I forget. Oh, that's it. That's right. Okay. Does McDonald's sell? What are we asking if they sell? Cheeseburgers. That's right. Cheeseburgers. Okay. So we're going to use these same steps to solve these problems because it does not matter if there are 2 numbers here, 3 numbers here, 7 numbers here. As long as you know this process, you can solve it because you're smart and I know you can do it. All right, so you're gonna need paper and pencil because I want you to be working these out with me today, okay? All right, so number 1, we've got 525 divided by 3. As always, my first step is always to do what? Yes, that D stands for divide. Can 3 be divided into 5? Yes, it can. How many times? Very good. 3 can go into 5 one time without going over. My next step is to multiply. Very good. Remember, imaginary multiplication symbol right there. 3 times 1 gives me what, fourth grade? Very good. 3 times 1 is 3. Remember, anything times 1 is always just going to be itself. Okay, then we've got this S, which stands for subtract. Very good. I'm going to write it above it since we've got cheeseburgers down here. 5 minus 3 will give me what? Very good. 2 is correct. Then I'm going to check. What am I checking for? One more time, tell me. Very good. Is this number less than our divisor, this number at the front door? And it is, so we are good to keep moving on. My next step is to, what's that B stand for? Very good. Bring it on down. What number am I bringing down? I've got 2 numbers up here. I'm confused. Oh, good. Thank you. Okay, remember that now. It's always going to be that next number that comes down. Very good. So I'm going to put my 2 right here, and then I'm going to start all the way back over with my steps. That D stands for divide. Now remember though, we are done with this number right here. We're done with that part. We're just looking at what we have brought down now. All right, so can 3 be divided into 22? Yes, it can. How many times can 3 go into 22 without going over? Remember, without going over is very important. Very good. 7 times. I'm going to come up here, put that 7 right up top. Remember, we always stay in line. All right, next step, multiply. Remember, we always just multiply our divisor by the number we just brought up there. Not all the numbers, just the one we brought up there. So 3 times 7 is going to give me what? Very good. 3 times 7 is 21. And then I'm going to subtract. Very good. 2 minus 1 is 1. Very good. 2 minus 2? Very good. It's 0. But we don't have to write that 0 down there. I'm going to have to move this up more so we can see. Okay, there we go. All righty. So we're going to check, is 1 less than 3? It is, so we can keep on going. My next step is to bring down. What number am I bringing down now? Very good. I still have a number to bring down, that 5, and it's going to come all the way down here, okay? So I'm going to put that 5 right there. Then I go back to the beginning again. I'm not looking at this number, and I'm not looking at these numbers. I'm just looking at this number right here that I just created by subtracting and then bringing down. So can 3 be divided into 15? Yes, it can. How many times? Very good. 5 times without going over. All right, so now I'm going to multiply. Remember, I'm going to ignore those two numbers that are already there because I'm just going to multiply by the number I just brought to the top. So 3 times 5 is going to give me what, fourth grade? Very good. 5, 10, and 15. So I'm going to put that right here. Then I'm going to subtract. When I subtract 15 minus 15, what do I get? Very good. 0. Check. Is 0 less than 3? Yes, it is. Bring down. And I've got nothing left to bring down, which means that I am done with that problem. Very good. I do not have to put remainder of 0 up here because that means there is no remainder. So our answer, our quotient, is just 175. Very good. All right. Let's look over here at this one. We've got 8,523 divided by 8. Okay, again, I do not want you to be intimidated by these larger numbers inside of our little house because the process is going to be the same. You're just going to keep doing it more times. All right, so first step, D stands for divide. Can 8 be divided into 8? Yes, it can. How many times does 8 go into 8? 1 time. Very good. I'm going to put that 1 right up there. Then I'm going to multiply. 8 times 1 is 8. Very good. All righty. Then I'm going to subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. Very good. Going to check. Is 0 less than 8? It sure is. And then I'm going to bring down. Okay. So now look what I've got here. Can 8 go into 5? It cannot. Here's the thing though. Am I going to put an X in the middle of my number I've already started creating? No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 8 cannot go into 5. So 8 goes into 5 0 times. Okay, you can do this in the middle of a number. 8 goes into 5 0 times. So then I'm going to multiply. 8 times 0 is 0. Then I'm going to subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5. Very good. Check. Is 5 less than 8? Yes, it is. Then I'm going to bring down my next number, and it's going to come all the way down here. Okay. Can 8 be divided into 52, or 52 divided to 8? Yes, it can. How many times? 8 times what is going to get me close to 52 without going over? Very good. 6 is correct. Then I'm going to multiply. 8 times, remember just that number I just brought up there, 8 times 6 is 48. Very good. It's going to go right down there. Next step is to subtract. When I subtract 52 minus 8, 2 minus 8 I cannot do. So I'm going to borrow. This 2 will become a 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. Very good. Now I'm going to check. Is 4 less than 8? Yes, it is. Then I'm going to bring down. Now I've got 43. Okay. So can 8 go into 43? Yes, it can. How many times? 8 times what's going to get me close to 43 without going over? Very good. 8 times 5. I'm going to put my 5 right up here. 8 times 5, now I'm multiplying. 8 times 5 is, because remember we're ignoring these, Very good. It is 40. I'm going to have to squinch this up down here. All righty. When I subtract 43 minus 40, I get what? 3. Very good. Is 3 less than 8? Yes, it is. So then I'm going to bring down, oh, nothing left to bring down, which means that I am done. Very good. Now, this is not 0, which means this number down here comes all the way up and gets written as my remainder of 3. So 8,523 divided by 8 is 1,065, remainder of 3. All righty. See? You can do it. The process is the exact same. If you just remember, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? And remember those steps, you guys are going to be A-okay. All right, guys, as always, please make sure that you are checking your folders daily for any assignments. And you can always come back to this video if you need a refresher before you get started. Have a great day, guys. Tomorrow's Friday. Get excited.